what I believe as a Christian is that any day I wake up in the morning and I have a problem, and the first person I turn to is God, the second person that comes in my life is the person who has got the solution. You know, God answers our prayer through our friends, relatives, family, and people that are around us. So sometimes you don't need to first of all think about your boss, think about your salary, think about your wife, think about your husband, think about your son or your daughter or your father. You've got to think about God first. When the problem is before you, the first person that should come into your mind is God. Thanks for joining me. My name is John Gora, aka The Motivator, and as we always do it, this is a place where you will find people keeping smile real. So, COVID-19 is real, but my brothers and sisters, there's one thing that we need to understand, and I want to ask you this question. What is stopping you from taking the COVID-19 vaccine, which, as at the moment, from maybe 99% world over, is being given for free? But me and you understand that our life right now is at standstill. We are not working, we are not getting paid, people are dying, people are losing jobs, families are breaking up, our kids ain't going to school, and so many things are happening within our surrounding. So the most important thing to note is that COVID is there. Whether it is true or not is not our problem. Our problem is that we have a situation, and this situation has to be arrested. So the only way we can arrest this situation, we have been told, is through accepting to be vaccinated with the COVID-19 vaccine, which is being provided 99% across the world for free. And some guys are asking, what is the reason for the COVID vaccine when these people who have been vaccinated are still getting infected by this virus? This is what I want to remind you. Imagine when you are driving a car and you are told to tighten your seatbelt. Does it mean that when you are driving the car with seatbelt on and you get an accident, you will not die? That is not the case. The seatbelt gives you safety to a certain percentage, not 100% safety. Seatbelt allows you to be safe to a certain percent. And when accident happens or occurs, you might either be saved by that seatbelt or you might lose your life. So therefore, a vaccine is a layer of protection that offers 95% of that same protection to the person. And 95%, my brothers and sisters, has never been equivalent to 100%. Therefore, it means that when you get a dose, when you get your jab, you get your 2 doses, you're getting protected from getting severe symptoms when you are infected by the virus, the COVID-19 virus. At the same time, you're protecting your family and people that are around you from getting infected to a certain percentage if you are vaccinated. So without the vaccine, you're not protected. That layer is not there. The seatbelt is not there. You're driving without a seatbelt. So when you look at this card, this is a certificate of vaccination that I was given when I got my first dose on 8th of January 2021. And then after 21 days, I got my second dose, which was given on 29th of January 2021. So I'm vaccinated with 2 doses, and it's been around 6 months since I got my vaccine, and things have never changed. You know, the most powerful side effects of the vaccine that I've seen so far is you who is not getting vaccinated, but you have all the bad sides of the COVID-19 vaccine. These are the only severe symptoms and side effects that I've seen since I took my vaccine. The outside people talk too much about the vaccine, talk too much about something that they don't know, something that they have not experienced, something that they don't even have a proof or evidence to support their point. So there's so much hullabaloo around. There's so much people talking about things that they don't know. Some people are talking about governments trying to put microchips into our bodies to track us. Don't you think that government is tracking you using the gadget that now you're watching me on? Don't you think that your mobile phone is enough for government to track you down? Some people are telling us that, somebody somewhere is trying to control the population. Hey man, I want to talk to those people who believe in God. You see, we are told that our body, we have the physical body and we have the spiritual body. Anyone who comes for your physical body is not torturing you. This is not somebody who's killing you. Somebody who comes for your spiritual body, your soul, and tells you to change what you believe in. All right? Somebody who tells you that you have to disown your God, the God that you believe in. That is the person who's killing you. That's the person who you need to be careful about. That's the person that you need to send away from your place. But somebody who's coming to interfere with your physical body, we are told, and as Christians we believe, in Matthew chapter 10 verse 28, it says that do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Instead, fear the one who can destroy both the soul and body in hell, and that's only God. So we've got to fear only God. We don't have to fear the vaccine. We don't have to fear people who are manufacturing vaccine and bringing it to us. It's going to do nothing in your body when you believe. The problem with us people, we don't even believe in God. We're just preaching the gospel and talking about God, yet we don't believe in His powers. We're just talking about God and telling people that, as Christian, you don't need to do this because let God do His duty. We are people that believe in God. You see, wake up in the morning, take that appointment and talk to God and tell God that, God, a poison has been brought by man on this earth and it's really killing us. But the same man has brought us a medicine or a cure or a protection. And this is the only thing that we can take to protect our bodies. God, I know that it is written, any poison that will enter the body will be turned into water and it will never affect that body. It will never kill the body. It will never destroy the body. It will never affect the body. It will come out the same way it was introduced. So where are we? Where do we always take these promises? Why do we forget these promises when problems or when stress is in front of us? As believers and as Christians, we need to understand that God does His role perfectly. What I believe as a Christian is that any day I wake up in the morning and I have a problem, and the first person I turn to is God, the second person that comes in my life is the person who has got the solution. God answers our prayer through our friends, relatives, family, and people that are around us. So sometimes you don't need to first of all think about your boss, think about your salary, think about your wife, think about your husband, think about your son or your daughter or your father. You've got to think about God first. When the problem is before you, the first person that should come into your mind is God. Ask God wisdom. Ask God for a way. Ask God for a solution. Taking the vaccine is not going to kill you if you believe in God. Taking vaccine is not going to kill you when you know that God reigns and God has power to neutralize any kind of a poison that enters into your body. So this is what we need to preach and to teach people. In Luke chapter 12 verse 5, it is written that, but I will show you whom you should fear. Fear the one who, after you have been killed, has authority to throw you into hell. Yes, I tell you, fear him. So the person who is going to destroy this thing that you see here is nobody. The only person that you have to fear, if you truly believe that there's God, is that person who's going to destroy the soul and the body. Guys, taking vaccine is the most important thing that you can do for your family, for your friends, for your relatives, and for your financial benefits. Because once this is taken, it's going to take us back to new normal, which is going to open up things. Now, I want to speak to my brothers in Africa, and especially Kenya. You see, what we see on social media, most of these blogs, write-ups, articles, videos that are going viral and telling people not to take vaccine, telling people COVID-19 is not real, and all the shit that you see around, the negative sides, the negative talks that you hear about COVID-19 are coming from people who are insured, people who have access to health facilities 24/7, people who have got access to health facilities, not just access to health facilities, but access to cheap health facilities that are covered with insurance, and they can access it 24/7. They have ambulances that can run to their houses within few minutes to collect them when they are in trouble. Yet, you who's taking heed and who's taking keen and listening to these people cannot even afford to run to be rescued when you have a problem. Don't even know which hospital to go to if you have a fever. Don't even know where a pharmacy is, where you can even buy a paracetamol. Maybe pharmacies close by 6 o'clock in the evening. This thing gets you in the middle of the night. You don't even know where to start. So before we accept things that we are seeing on social media, before we accept things that we are seeing on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, and all the rest going viral from other states, the Western countries, ask yourself, how fast can you access medical facilities? Number 2, I saw when the vaccine arrived in Kenya, so many people were anxious. So many people were like, the politicians must take this vaccine first. The question I was asking myself where I was seated, who between the politicians and the people have the easiest access to health facilities within the country and outside the country? It is the same politicians. Yes, we gave them room, they went for the vaccine, they were given for free. You are there, you don't know whether you'll get it, whether it will reach you or not. Sometimes before we make decisions, we need to think so deeply. Sometimes we can be convinced to take something or to take a route that is totally not helpful for us. Vaccine is the only way to protect us against COVID-19. It's not 100% protection, but it is something to do with 95 to 90% protection against COVID-19. And when you get it, the good news is you will be protected from getting severe symptoms. You will be protected from spreading it to your family and friends and relatives and colleagues. And at the same time, you will be having the advantage of recovering from it very fast. So friends, this is the only way we can follow. Go get vaccinated. My name is John Cora, aka The Motivator. If it is your first time here and you feel that what you've had here inspires you, motivates you, or educates you, hit that subscription button, and also don't forget to click the notification bell so you can be reminded every time I post these videos. Otherwise, keep smiling real. Let the world smile back at you. See you in the next one.